Let me explain the course content, what we are going to discuss in this Selenium class. Okay. What is the course? It is automation testing using Selenium WebDriver with which language? Java it is. Automation testing using Selenium WebDriver with Java. We can say Selenium with Java or Selenium WebDriver with Java it is. Now, what are the topics we are going to discuss? Which is sequence? I will go and explain the concepts. I will give the list here. First topic will be introduction to automation testing. Introduction to automation testing. Second topic will be introduction to Selenium tool. So what is the purpose of the Selenium? So what are the components are there in the Selenium? History of the Selenium. These things we are going to discuss. That means usually the first and the second topics are like a theoretical orientation. These are the theoretical orientation. Right now, third one, WebDriver configuration. That means to practice yourself in Selenium. So how which is software we have to download? How to set up the Selenium environment in our system? In our system will be discussed. Right now, there is a first setup Selenium setup we are going to discuss. After the WebDriver configuration, I will go and explain the Java concepts. Part 1. Because without have the Java concepts, you can't work with the Selenium. You should have the Java concepts. That's the reason. The Java concept part 1. So here, even though you don't have the any programming knowledge, so I will go and explain from the scratch it is. You don't worry about the any programming knowledge. But whatever topics I explained in the class, so you should be in the positive mindset. Don't think negative about programming difficult. Java, someone said it difficult. So yes, Java, advanced Java, it makes it a bit difficult. But as a test engineer, we need core Java concepts. Some basic concepts are required. Okay, that can be easy to understand, easy to practice also. So for every concept, there will be more examples will be given to you so that you can able to practice it is. Mhm. Java concept part 1. Here I'll go next from the scratch it is. Java project. What is the meaning of package? What is class? What is an identifier? Comments in Java. Comments in Java. Output functions in Java. Output functions in Java. Then variable declaration. Sir, do you want to write the notes? No, no need to write the notes ma here. So first listen what are the topics I'm going to explain. Try to understand. So whatever topics I'm explaining in the class, the corresponding notes I will going to share with you in a WhatsApp group. Okay, I will going to collect all your mobile numbers, mail IDs. I will going to collect your mobile number and mail IDs. I am going to create the WhatsApp group so that I can share it. Is same way recording sessions, a drive link also will be provided. Recording session drive link also provided. Constants declaration in class and methods. This is the first part of the Java class, so that you will get some clarity how to write the small programs. How you can write it is that clarity you are going to get. After this, we are going to start the some Selenium concepts. Working on different browsers. Using Selenium, how we can able to launch the Chrome browser. How do you launch the Firefox browser? Like that, I will go and explain to you. Working on different browsers. Then browser interaction commands. Browser interaction commands. So how we can able to maximize the browser? How you can provide the instruction to the browser to navigate the specified URL? Like these things, I will go to explain. Browser interaction commands. Then locators in WebDriver. Another big topic, very important concept it is. Locators in WebDriver. After the locators are completed, again we go for the some Java concepts. Java concepts part 2. A very important concept it is. Java concepts part 2, where I will go and explain to you. Java concepts part 2. So, right. So without having the this Java concept part 2, we can't work with them any programming language. These concepts are very common. Operators in Java, like arithmetic operations, relation operators, or comparison operators, logical operators, increment or decrement operators, assignment operator. These things we are going to discuss. Then using scanner class, how we can use the scanner class, how it is going to be helpful for us. Then flow control statements, like conditional statements, Loop or iterative statements. Loop or iterative statements. After this, interview-oriented Java programs. Interview-oriented Java programs, like how to write the program to check given number is prime number or not, how to write the program to print Fibonacci series of numbers up to 100, how to find the factor for a given number, how to check specific character how many times repeated in the string value, how to check given string is palindrome or not. This type of very common asked questions are there to know that how strong you are in the conditional statements and loop statements. After this Java concept, interview questions, where we are going to discuss the arrays. So in this, first one is one dimensional array, two dimensional array, an object array. Same way, there's collections in Java, like array list class, hash set class, hash map. So the Java concept part two it is. Hash map like this. This portion is an important one. After these concepts, we go for the WebDriver concepts. So based on the what are the topics up to here, we learn where we are going to get the clarity here, where these concepts we are going to use in application oriented scenarios. Okay, working on different browsers. Working on different browsers. So different web elements. How we can automate? These are the elements which we have, like edit box or text box is there. How we can automate? If I have the push button, how do you automate? Edit box or text box, push button, check boxes, radio buttons. If I go for the drop downs, there are two categories of drop downs are there. In this first one is auto suggest drop downs. So second one is static drop downs. See, when you talk about the automation testing, it is completely practical orientation. So one class is completed means end of the class, you must practice the examples whichever I explain in the classroom. The class whichever examples I given, you should be practiced it is. The notes recording sessions also will be given to you. You have to practice. More than 150 examples we are going to discuss on this Selenium on different kind of scenarios how we can automate. Everything you have to practice it is. Okay. So then working on hyperlinks. Then some other elements are there. Working on web table, working on calendar. So there are a lot of topics are there. I'm writing detailed, right? Try to understand. Working on calendar, working on a date class. So capturing defect screenshot, capturing defect screenshot, exception handling, exception handling. So using try catch. Then synchronization concepts. We have the implicit wait. Every time in interviews, mandatory where they are going to ask implicit wait, explicit wait. Working on frames. Working on multiple windows. Working on pop-ups. Different kind of pop-ups where we are going to find more. First one is web-based pop-ups. Like HTML pop-ups. Second one is Java alerts. Third one, authentication pop-ups. Authentication pop-ups. Similarly, Windows-based pop-ups using robot class or auto IT tool or secret tool. Either one we can use it is to handle the Windows-based pop-ups. Then using send keys method, using actions class, using JavaScript executor is also a class. Now up to here, as I said, more than 150 application examples we are going to discuss. You practiced up to here, you are in a position to develop the automation test script for any scenario. Okay. So after this portion is completed, where I will going to explain to you up to this portion, interview-oriented session. Up to this portion, we'll have the interview-oriented session. So up to that portion, then case study assignment. What are topics on that case study assignment on a project? One project, what are the Concepts so far we learn. So using those concepts, how to automate the scenario in a project. I'm going to explain to you. So now after this, so frameworks are there. Before going to the frameworks, where we are going to discuss about the OOPS concepts in Java. Without knowing the OOPS concepts in Java, you can't work on the frameworks now in Selenium. Java concepts. This is a part 3. OOPS concepts. Class with multiple methods, such as static method, non-static methods. How to create? How do you call it is? Different type of variables in a class using this keyword. Where we are going to this keyword. What is the advantage of that? Using this keyword. So method with arguments. Return keyword. Method with arguments. Return keyword. Return keyword. Then method overloading. Constructor and constructor and its overloading. Constructor and its overloading. Inheritance. Method overriding. Super keyword. These are the concepts. Polymorphism. That's what the method overloading, constructor overloading comes under. Those things we are going to learn. After this Java concepts are completed, then we can go for the frameworks in Selenium. We have the different kind of frameworks are there. Frameworks in Selenium. First one is modular framework. Second one is phase object model framework. Then data driven framework. SNG framework. Data driven framework. SNG framework. Keyword driven framework or hybrid framework. This is a hybrid framework. So next one, Cucumber framework. Then creating reports in Selenium. First one using log4j. Second one is using extend reports. Use some third party tools so we can create the reports. How do you create the reports? I will explain. Then working with form.xml file. Nothing but Maven. How to work with the Maven. After that, working with the Jenkins. Working with the Jenkins. Then Git and GitHub repository. So these are the concepts we are going to discuss during the automation testing. Class timings are going to be 7 to 8 p.m. IST. The session is going to be total duration. I will give you exactly. It will take the 35 to 40 days for the automation testing. We are going to spend 35 to 40 days. We are going to spend it is. Okay, notes will be shared in WhatsApp group. Recording sessions, drive link also shared. Okay. So Madhukar or Pranav, both are my names only. Don't worry. So I'm going to take the complete classes to you. What in the manual test, manual automation testing, complete classes I'm going to take. So having the more than 18 plus years of experience on a different kind of tools, right from the beginning of my career where I worked on the WinRunner tool, then QTP we adopted a lot of years. Selenium or EFT tool is available. Still it is there. Now we are going to work with the Selenium. It is Selenium Java. I can take Selenium Python also, but our best Selenium Java I'm going to take. Then Playwright tool also. These are the different tools I have experience with that. Okay, so tomorrow I will give the my WhatsApp number so that you can give the message. I can add you easily into the WhatsApp group.
So this class only you are taking Selenium Python,
Selenium
Selenium
with
with
the
Python.
Java. Ma. Beginning it says
So
Selenium with
Python it's different class.
Java. It is not Selenium Python.
Okay, I'm interested with the Selenium with Java, Python also. That's why.
Python also, but more demand is there with the Java. That's the reason we are taking the same with the Java combination. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. So this is what the introduction to the our course content. What are the topics we are going to discuss? Next month, the very first concept here. Introduction to automation testing. Introduction to automation testing. First of all, here some fundamental things we are going to discuss. So, and also I want to know that here, how many of you already have the manual testing knowledge or working on manual testing? Can you say in the chat box who have the manual testing knowledge or experience? Just say yes in the chat box. No? Or without having any automation knowledge, manual testing or directly or joint manual testing, automation testing classes. Tables and okay, yes, manual have the knowledge. What about Satya, Supraja, okay, Thomas? We have 6 years of manual testing. Yes, I know. Supraja, okay, Satya. Hmm. Manual expert and ETL test also, okay.
So always the interior people asking Selenium with the Python for the ETL this thing. That's why much interested. Are you
No,
taking any
Satya.
different class?
Oh, no, no. Selenium with Python, I'm not taking now. I'm taking only Selenium with Java only because so they may also Selenium support the multiple languages Java, Python, C Sharp, Ruby, JavaScript also. But when you go for the market, majority of the companies are going to prefer Selenium with the Java combination. Python, one or two companies definitely they are going to ask it is. But Selenium, Java, majority of the companies are going to ask. That's the reason.
Oh,
Okay. Now, see, majority of you already have the some manual testing knowledge. So here I'm giving the introduction to automation testing. When you talk about the software testing, how do you define the software testing in simple words? It is a combination of verification and validation. Software testing is a process or it is a combination of verification and validation. Now, what is the meaning of verification? What are the requirements are there? All the requirements are understandable. All the requirements are covered or not in the application. That is a verification. So whatever requirements are given by the client, all the requirements are fulfilled or not in the application. Verification. Validation means so whichever features are implemented, those are working properly or not. What are the features are implemented? Those are working properly on the validation activity. Right. So software testing is a combination of verification validation. When you say verification, it is a process to check are we developing the system right or not. Verification is a process to check are we developing the system right or not. Now it is a combination of verification and validation. Verification process to check are we developing the system right or not. Same way. Validation. It is a process to check are we developed. So validation process to check are we developed right system or not. Which are already implemented. Is it correct or not? Further, we are going to the validation activity. So why, sir, we have to go for the testing? So software testing. Software testing will help to identify. Software testing will help to identify defects. When those are resolved, then software quality improves. Software quality improves. That's the reason every company in present scenario, they are going to maintain the separate testing team to test the application. Right. So now types of software testing. In general, in present scenario, we have the two kind of approaches. No? What are those? One is called manual testing. Second is called automation testing. One is manual testing, other one is automation testing. Okay. When you talk about the manual testing, how do you define without using any automation tool? The test engine directly interact with application to verify, without using any automation tool, test engine directly interact with the actual application to verify actual behavior while performing operations. It's called manual testing. Without using any automation tool, test engineer directly interact with application to verify actual behavior while performing operations is called manual testing. But whenever we go for the manual testing, one document you have to prepare. For manual testing, prepare test cases. For manual testing, we prepare test cases and those are used to validate application. Okay. So we are not going to use any tool, but directly we are going to interact the application, observe the response. Based on that, we can provide the test status in terms of pass or fail. This is what the manual testing. But when you go for the manual testing, what are the disadvantages are there? Time consumption, more time it's going to take. Inconsistency, the possibility of the human mistakes or lack of reliability, possibility of the test also can commit the mistakes. It is those things. To overcome that, we can go for the automation testing. Okay. So that is the this introduction class today. Tomorrow onwards, are going to continue the session from here. Do you have any doubts? Let me clarify your doubts. So tell me what are the doubts are there. So Okay. No doubts. One quick doubt. Will you be using Eclipse for SY? Eclipse I am using. No, no, Eclipse I am going to use. The notepad we can't work with the Selenium. We have to go for the no either one of the ID we have to use it. Then only we can use it. Okay. San. Okay. Any other doubt for anyone? Okay. Thank you. Siva, Selenium is an interesting subject. So try to spend some time after class to practice. Today there is no practical work for you, but generally you have to practice this. Okay. Every day some examples are going to discuss. Okay. Thank you everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Bye.